Samples. Once the R&D process is good, it is all clear, then we go to the production. So that way also we are focusing into R&D and development. And we have several offices, like one office we have in Bombay, we have one office in Chennai, a regional office. Then we have office in Salem as well to support the overall the manufacturing and retailing of jewelry. Also, we are creating a synergy. We are also having collaborations with companies in Dubai, in Bangkok, Thailand, Hong Kong, Turkey, and things like that in terms of design language, job work creations, all those kinds of things also. Parallelly, it is going on. Next. So, apart from being in business, definitely it is a social responsibility for one company to focus on several things. Like, we are focusing on women empowerment, in infrastructure, water. So, water has become a major subject now. After 10 years, water is going to be the most precious thing. Sports, ecosystem, education. Next. So we had launched several collections. So one of the examples are travel around the world. So it was a very nice visual experience for all the customers because they were able to have the immersive experience of travel around the world, and we had launched several collections in terms of different destinations, referring to different destinations like Paris, like New York, Mexico, and things like that, Turkey, and things like that, referring to several different languages. We had a tremendous response from the customers, and it was a very grand success. And another recently one we launched was a Kumari Kandam. So this is a lost dynasty. So about 8,000 years back. So mythological belief that there was a lost continent called Kumari Kandam, which started from South Africa towards Australia. So that big was the continent. That is the belief. So with the help of artificial intelligence, we had launched several collections. So now what it used to be like 8,000 years back. What was the kind of life? So what was the kind of culture? So all those elements we took from artificial intelligence, and we have done it in jewelry. And it came out to be a very grand success also. That's it. Thank you.
Let's look forward to taking that presentation into a discussion, and I'd like to invite an innovative thinker with a remarkable vision and outstanding leadership abilities. He has been instrumental in providing cutting-edge information to the gem and jewelry sector in India. Let's hear it for the publisher and chief editor for the Art of Jewelry magazine, Mr. Sumesh Vadhera. Welcome to you, sir.
Hi, sir.
So very impressive presentation, I must say.
Thank you.
Very comprehensive, and congratulations on carrying forward this 96 years of a legacy. Not many brands can command that. Thank you. So going through the presentation and the notes I was reading, so I realized that AVR Swarnamahal, before you joining in 1997, was a single store brand.
Yes.
In Salem, one
Exactly.
single store.
Yeah.
So the moment you joined in 1997 as a fourth generation family member in this business, and today from 1997 we look at what we are
25 years.
25 years. So you have added 20 new showrooms. So what was the idea behind you when you came over that you wanted to expand and you were able to add this showroom which probably your forefathers didn't want to add?
So I would say thanks to our forefathers. So what happened is in 1985, when my father took a very bold decision of having cadmium jewelry, that is a major starting point.
Right.
Because the reason behind, anywhere in India, if you happen to go, they used to have a small counter in the name of cadmium jewelry. And even that, the melting would be in 88, not 916, 21 carat. We were the first ones to launch 100% cadmium jewelry at that point of time. So, even if they see the particular logo, AVR, in the jewelry, the marking,
Right.
whether it is in Chennai or Hyderabad or Calcutta or even Bombay, at that point of time, they used to recognize, oh, this AVR means quality. That was the kind of the days it used to be in 1985 itself. It was a big surprise which we came to know later on that, not many people were having quality at that point of time. So what happened is, the brand was very familiar. At least in that region, it was very familiar. Of course, in the industry, it was familiar. When it comes to people, the region-wise, they were very familiar with the brand. So when I joined business, I happened to only see the potential of what this brand is. People know about this brand so much, which we were not making use of it. So at 2009, that because, from 1997, there was a big challenge of moving from a 5,000 square feet store to a 25,000 square feet. At that point of time, it was a very big task.
Must be probably the biggest store in the region that time.
Correct,
right?
correct.
Yes.
So one of the biggest stores in that region at that time. So we had people all across India to come over and see how the store is being made and things like that. So that itself was a big challenge at that time. So, and in 2004 to 2009, what happened is my only work was to convince my father, telling that this brand is very potential. This is when, we have to start making use of the brand. So which he was not kind of little accepting, because the reason is because, he wanted me to have a comfort life.
Right. Okay.
He didn't want me to stress. So that was his whole idea. So then once he came to understand that, I was so passionate, I was so interested in growing this business, then he said, you can go ahead. So what he did is he gave me an experiment. So there is a small place called Metur, close to Salem.
Right.
So we started there as an experiment over there to at least prove myself that our brand is very potential, where we can make use of the...
That was the first store.
First store.
Outside, like.
Correct,
The
outside.
second store you talking about.
Yeah, the second
Right.
store from Salem. That was the second
right.
store that we started in 2009.
Which year was this? 2000?
2009.
Oh, so recent is not very old, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 2009 it happened, and to my father's surprise, there was the entire town was there in front of the store. It was so difficult to even manage the crowd. We happened to have queue managers and kind of a process. We used to give them token, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. We used to give tokens to customers and tell them to come after half an hour, 1 hour. It was that kind of a response that our brand had at that point of time. So having known this potential, it gave strength to my father, and having to understand that we are capable of handling branches. So he gave away from 2009 onwards. It started off.
Wow, wonderful. So I think that's what the question in most of the family jewelers is today. When they see the corporates are growing, adding new stores, they are able to just manage one store because they are sitting on the cash. They want to know the inventory every day. They want to meet customers themselves. So they are not able to move to that next level of multiple stores. But of course, there is one genuine issue also, that is of capital, because our jewelry industry is a hugely capital intensive. To open a store, you need 30-40 crores minimum to open one store. So would you like to share some thoughts? How do you manage the capital, and what is your message for the other family jewelers, for growth?
See, definitely, as a family business, what our elders would normally say is, you don't go for bank loans. You have to use your own capital. So this is a kind of advice what we normally used to get from our elders.
Okay.
So it was a difficult task for me also to manage this particular thing. So what we happen to do is we put a kind of what is our net worth? To what extent can we take loans for?
Right.
So it is a calculative risk. And secondly, when you talk about risk, investing in gold is not risk any point of time. It is not some other perishable goods or some other kind of goods where you cannot liquidify your particular thing. Even properties also, even being in real estate business also, it's not easy to liquidify your money. But here it has happened. It is gold. This industry is very easy, so it is a safe haven. So in that way, if you see, the risk factor is very minimal. The only place where we can go wrong is if you're not able to manage the finance in a proper manner, as a disciplined manner. There are a lot of chances of risk, definitely. But if you take a calculative risk, it's not a risk at all. So if this one understands, being in family business or being a first generation entrepreneur, they can easily manage business in a proper manner.
Right. And Sanjay ji, the other thing is that when you started growing your business, expanding, I'm sure you also would have taken now professionals into your business. Earlier it was totally family, one store. You know what is going on in the store, everything. And as you mentioned in the presentation, the systems. So when you brought in the professionals and the systems, so what do you look forward when you hire the professionals? And today your company, is it 100% professionally managed or professional come family managed? What is it? How it is?
Okay, I'll tell
The
you.
two questions.
Sure. See, it is actually a journey. We cannot, from a family business, a conservative business, at one point of time, suddenly it cannot go to professional.
Right.
So we need to balance both. So we need people who are loyal also, at the same time who are professional also. Of course, professional people can also be loyal.
Right.
Okay.
And who are equally, just to add that when you to run a successful business, who have the skills, who are compatible to run the business, right?
See, more than all these things, we need to be a mentor to the entire company. Somebody who is heading. See, my role has become that. I'm kind of mentoring everyone now.
Okay.
So that is because both my sons have joined business, and there are two different verticals they're taking care of. My wife is also taking care of. Now what happens is, we need to be a good mentor. So we need to have a lot of checkpoints to understand how it is going, we need to also learn. See, not that professionals know everything. As time to time, they also need to update themselves. Otherwise, we cannot take it forward. So it's all about mentoring, making people understand how it has to be done. Of course, mistakes can happen. We can learn from our mistakes.
Right.
Learn from our mistakes, make things right, and take it forward. Right. So it is a kind of a process where you cannot. I don't believe in telling somebody's family business can become 100% professional. I don't think so. See, and I also think that is an advantage of not having it 100% professional, because you have your touch.
Correct.
You have a culture, ancestral culture that this
you
has
are
to come.
involved in the business, right?
Correct.
You are not off. Unlike big corporates,
Exactly.
they look themselves as more of a shareholder in the company and not as a running management. So
Right.
here it is, I think, mix of both.
This
You are
is
shareholder, you are manager, you are vendor, everything.
Exactly.
Together. Yeah.
Because we take the entire ownership, because this is our core business.
Correct.
Right? So that's right.
But other thing is, like, today in your business, you have your sons. I'm sure your dad also is still part of the business he runs. So 3 generations part of the business. So if in case you come across any conflict of interest or any different views on a decision, how do you manage it, right?
That is a very good question, because that is a major question in family business. I had been to one of the sessions in IIM. So there, there are a lot of the topic was family business.
Right.
So there are a lot of young individuals who just joined business. Then after the entire session, there was a Q&A. All the youngsters were there. They were raising their hand to ask some questions, and all of them had same question, like, in family business, nobody wants to listen to me. Nobody cares for me. I come up with so much of passion, so much of ideas and everything, but they don't care. So this was the kind of thing. So because before my children could come, I had attended a lot of family business sessions myself. She also attended along with me, so that we should learn how to accommodate them in a right manner. So, because, when I joined business, it was like, more of a proving. So, I have to prove my worth. to say that I'm capable of handling business, I'm capable of taking it forward. So once it takes some time to prove what you are, whether you are capable or not. But if at all you are capable, and if you are able to prove, then they will give way. It's not that they don't. It is not about professional ego or anything like that. No, you don't know anything. You are just come into business. I'm like 20 years, 30 years in business. It's not about that. It's about the elders are they care for the business. The youngster is coming. He wants to come and handle something. If something goes wrong, what happens? There's a kind of a fear with them, with the elders. That the youngsters should understand. They should make them understand that our potential, that I have the potential. I can also deliver to the business. Together we can grow. So this is something that the youngsters should have patience and reach out in such a manner that the elders in the business
and also in
have
case
confidence
they
in
want to do something of their own idea, in case of Siddhant, you have given him the freedom to run a silver division, silver stores,
Yes,
which is probably different from AVR brand.
correct.
So that also it needs encouragement to give them the space and freedom to run it.
See, sometimes not everything will go right.
Yeah.
Whether be Siddhant or me, as an individual, we do 10 things, one or two things may go wrong. But we learn from that.
Right.
Correct? So that's a calculative risk. We're not putting our head on something to take a big risk on something. But on the whole, what happens, if it is a process, it's a routine process, they need not even have a consultation or have a board meeting to discuss among all the stakeholders. But there are new things, new purviews of business ideas and things like that. What should happen is, everyone should fall on the same line. So as directors, me, my dad, my wife, both the sons, we have, our company is a public company, and we're not gone for a public issue yet, but still in the process of doing it.
Pre-IPO company.
Yeah, pre-IPO company. So we have individual directors.
Right.
So we have a board meeting. We decide, whether this is correct, which is better, in what track we should go. So there, there's no disparities like, I told something, why somebody is not agreed. It's not about that.
Everybody has freedom to talk what they
Yes.
feel. Right.
And whatever is good for the company, everyone has to accept in the
Accept
manner.
it.
In that manner, it goes under discipline. So that is how kind of manage family business.
So I'll take one question, then we'll open up. I'm sure a lot of people have come to listen to you and they may have questions for you. But this is regarding the current gold prices, which have just shot up. So how is the business at the stores, and how do you see the future going forward for the jewelry industry?
See, the price, when it comes to price, so whenever it goes up, there is a sudden impact, because it's an acceptance to the customers. They cannot accept this price immediately.
Right.
But on a long run, these kind of volatility in prices, it's actually helping our business in the long run. See, once they come to know that the gold prices go up, then there is a point of thought that why
There
not
is
I
some
invest in gold?
motivation in the mind.
Why
right?
not I
Yeah.
why not I invest in gold?
Correct.
See, it is like a pulse rate. It has to go up and down. So only then we know that the heart is pumping, right? Similarly, the prices in gold should go up and down. Only then people know that it's a gold is a right platform for investment.
Then stagnant means like any other product.
If it's stagnant for a long time, then probably if you take diamonds for that matter, people would choose that as a part of luxury rather than point of investment.
Right.
Because the prices in diamonds take a long time to really shoot up. But gold prices, it's more
Yeah, it's
more
been
happening. Yeah.
very rapid. So the future outlook of business,
Sorry.
the future outlook of the jewelry business, how do you see?
See, as a culture, if you see, if you take China as an example, see, China has been developed quite a lot in a matter of 20 years. But whatever be their lifestyle and other things, the culture is something is within them pertaining to investment in gold jewelry. So the brides there, it's a kind of a culture there, that they wear bangles like malas. If you have come across, I do not know. So they wear, they portray in such a way that the father has more love to the dear daughter, she will have more jewelry. So that is the kind of culture, you know. So similarly in India, if you see, the culture is embedded with us, and we all believe, you know, investment in gold will definitely pay out. And what may be even 20 years or 40 years or 50 years, still the investment in gold will continue.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanjay, for this interesting, sharing your interesting journey and this insights. We open it up for the Q&A. Chetan bhai, you have a question.
All right, there you go.
Chetan bhai, I'm sure that you came here to only ask questions.
Good afternoon, Sanjay bhai. I have come here to upgrade myself by learning something what you have created the legacy in AVR. Today, proud to say that AVR is one of the best brand of South India, which follows the best ethics in our country. There is no doubt, and I hope everyone agrees who deal with them. My simple question to you is, I think we have seen you from many years. How do you retain yourself as same, always so humble? Because today we see we have a challenges, many challenges in the business. You take gold rate, we have a diamond issue, we have other issues. But from so many years, we see you, you stay humble, you grounded, and you take it things so easily. And I see people, a lot of people take easily, but sometimes it is not so easy. It's tough. So when it's a stress for you, more stress, and a lot of pressure created, how do you make sure that is lighten up in a very lower way and you come back with the same energy? I want to understand that so that I think my aggression comes down while listening to you this. Yes, sir, qualities, inner qualities.
Right.
Because business, I think gold rate, diamond rate, everyone knows. I think a personality.
Sir, no, okay. Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. Can I answer to you now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
See, somebody who's used to stress, you know, often, they know how to manage it. Somebody who's not used to stress, it comes once in a while, you know, they burst out. that is the maturity of stress.
Thank you, sir.
As a chain store owner, you are very confident that our people will keep investing in gold going further. But there is a general perception that the younger generation, today's generation, go more towards lifestyle products rather than an investment into gold. What is your perception about this particular point?
See, in fact, you know, we kind of had an internal study to understand, you know, among my sons, my wife, and with our team, everything, to understand what retail market is in India, how is it going to go, and all those things. To my surprise, I came to know that in 2030, there will be nearly 30% of lifestyle jewelry in India. So this is how it is going. See, the retail is actually going through whatever the customers' interests are. You know, it will keep moving towards that. So, if it is traditional investment point of view, it will be going through that kind of angle, that kind of an investment, that kind of a growth. If the younger generation is moving towards luxury, even jewelry will go through luxury. Why aren't there international brands, luxury brands? People like to buy those brands, right? There are a lot of brands. You know, today what happens, you know, they happen to see what brand are you wearing. Accordingly is the kind of smile, what kind of car you are coming in, you know, to a particular destination. Is that the kind of respect? So everything is like that. We are going towards that. See, why are we all wearing, why Chetan bhai is wearing Rolex watch? why any of us would be buying all branded bags and other things? Only reason is because, you know, we want to show that, you know, okay, you know, I am wealthy enough, you know, so that you get a kind of importance. That is the reason we are going towards that. That is why even the younger generation is going towards that. Definitely, jewelry, as you see, it will turn towards a luxury brand. I'm not saying completely, but a portion of it will go, definitely.
Sanjay bhai, one last question I have, because it's for the silver industry. We have seen the silver industry have been grown massively past from 3-4 years. And after doing the silver show, it have gone a different respect for the silver industry where it was cornered. why this question is relevant to you is you're the first brand to open an individual silver store exclusively, and you have transformed your business from diamond gold jewelry to a silver single store. I want to understand, I think Siddhant have taken the lead, but the idea, innovation all came. But what do you think the silver industry have a future? And what was your idea and how are you doing in this industry? And what's your perspective on that?
See, sir, to your question, we have not transformed to silver jewelry. I want to make a correction there. We have also started that as another vertical. See, in business, see, for example, being a jeweler, you can also be a realtor. You can also be a hotel owners. You have several verticals to do business. Okay, several things. You can start some other industry also on the whole, totally, hospitality or anything else for that matter. But there are a lot of verticals in our own business itself, which we are not catering to. As a customer, we see as a family when they come in, the parents, they like something. The child, she likes something else. The parent will take the jewelry, they'll say, this is very nice on you, wear it and all. The girl will not like. The reason is because at that point of age, they don't like to wear such jewelry. So the generic jewelry is more towards, wedding and other occasions. Not really fancy, we are not focused much on. So she will not like that. So what she will do, when she goes to the market, she doesn't find gold jewelry at all. Then she'll buy something made of rubber, steel, or something else like that. So why not you take those kinds of things? Why not you invest on silver jewelry? This is the point. And if we need to actually cater to whatever our customers' needs are. They'll be very careless at the point of age. The parents will not be in a position to buy them solitaires or much precious jewelry because they'll be careless. They'll leave it on the bed. They'll leave it here, there. It may lose also. But silver jewelry is not like that. Even if they lose, it's not so expensive. Secondly, they can take pride in wearing that silver. It's not some other metal. No, they're wearing silver only. So I happen to be into, since silver, icons are here. I want to mention this. In year 2000, I had gone to Great Pyramids, me and my wife. So we happened to go to the Great Pyramid inside. So it was a tour. You need to really go inside and all those things. So I happened to know that the treasury, whatever they had, among the different sectors of the pyramid, what happened is the easy approachable one was gold. The most difficult part of approaching is silver. We were asking why silver is kept much inside, why gold is being kept outside. The reason what they said is at that point of time, silver was more expensive than gold. It was more precious. So this is what the case was at those eras. Egypt. When we had gone to Egypt in year 2000, we happened to understand that the Great Pyramids was, about 5,000, 6,000 years back. So that era was like that. At least at that point of that region was like that. So it's all towards, so nothing is less. See, even silver is not something, because the value is less, silver is, you cannot say that,
So, Sanjay sir, I'll finish my last question because I come from diamond background.
Okay.
I'll take it. Sumesh bhai, I'll take after this. I'll give everything because my quota finishes. Because it's difficult to catch Sanjay bhai at the other forum. No, I can go, but this is a public because I want people to understand this. What do you see a future of natural diamonds and a growth in our market?
Okay.
So I'll just please, you need it, sir.
Very
badly.
You asked a big question, so.
So Sanjay bhai, this question, I want a brief answer because it is not only for the store, it is for the industry a message. Where do you see a natural diamonds?
I'll tell you.
And growth of natural diamonds. No comparison, no talk of any other thing. It's a very clear point to the natural diamonds.
See, I am not for or against anything. See, basically we are a retailer. We are catering to our customers. Whatever the customer asks, we have to give. Correct? If they are asking for gold jewelry, we'll give. If they ask for silver, we'll give. If they ask for platinum, we'll give. I am not any brand ambassador of diamonds or platinum or anything. It is a platform where we are catering to all the kind of customers. So when the customers are accepting natural diamonds, we give them. When they're accepting lab-grown diamonds, we give them. They're asking for zircon, cubic zirconia, we happen to give them. Ruby, emerald, sapphires, any other precious stones, we're ready to give. So we are catering to the customer's needs on the whole. We are not telling that this is superior, that is superior. Of course,
Sanjay bhai, I don't have any thing because this is a retailer format. They have to sell what is the demand.
correct.
I understood. That is not a
Yes,
question now.
yes.
My simple question to you is,
Okay.
what is the growth of natural diamond you see in the industry coming years? And where
Okay.
do you see that? It's very, I want you to have a perspective. Demand
Okay.
is okay. If I ask anybody steel, I have to give the steel diamond. That's all okay. That's a businessman. We
Correct.
can't deny that.
Yes,
But
yes.
I want to know on the natural diamond, what is your stake? What do
No.
you see the growth of
See,
natural diamonds?
Definitely what happens, natural is natural. There's no doubt about it. Okay, because it takes billion years for a natural diamond to be formed. But lab grown is in a different manner. It is man-made. So it is like a natural marble and a man-made marble. Okay, it is like that kind of a thing. So definitely, natural diamond always wins. That is very precious. That's very unique. It takes millions of years. It's nature's gift. Definitely, at any point of time, natural diamond will be the winner.
What is the growth you see coming years? As of now, what you're doing a business, what do you see coming years a growth of natural diamonds?
See, as I told you earlier also, that that a lot of jewelry will start moving into luxury, lifestyle jewelry. People start recognizing those things, and definitely, without diamonds, a luxury jewelry cannot be made at all. And that too, it's a it's a way of marketing, telling that this is natural diamonds. They stress now. You know, before they used to say diamonds. This is diamonds, but now they are stressing the word natural diamonds. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I am Sri Devi. I am a co-founder of this company called Zatara. But I just want to say it was an inspiring story about what you've shared with us. The question is, you keep mentioning about retail moving towards luxury items. Now, in a show like this, I see many manufacturers displaying a lot of designs, none which are branded, right? There is no specific brand that a retail business sells today. How do you create luxury retail without having a branded designer behind it? And now I'm not referring to Sabyasachi's who already became what they became, but how do the retail industry, retail jewelry industry, look at having designers? Is it the manufacturer's job or is it the retailer's arena?
Okay. See, for example, any industry, no. So I was chairman of CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, and happened to speak to several stalwarts. Used to understand them what is the main reason of their success. So what they used to say is R&D. They spend a lot of time on R&D, and they also spend a lot of money on R&D. In our business, some are really doing it. Most of them are not doing it. And that too, sorry to say this, several shows like this. Also, what makes them really busy, and they are not putting much time into R&D. So whatever we see in the previous shows, the same thing we see here. Whatever we see now is the next thing, because they don't even have time to think of designs, innovation. R&D process, research and development is not there at all. This research and development is something which we have to spend a lot of time, a lot of energy. Now, since people in the industry, most of them are not following, we are doing that. My elder son Siddhant, assisted by my son Smaran, we have a 20,000 square feet regional office in Chennai, where we have a lot of designers. So they actually, tell them what kind of jewelry are they expecting, what lines they have to make, what has to be created. It has to be curated in that manner. Then it will be approved by them. Then it comes as a collection. So from here on, any designer, if you see, for example, a lot of people are, maybe wearing several brands, but there's a designed language. So once you see that, you happen to understand, oh, are you wearing Prada? Are you wearing Gucci? Are you wearing Dior? So this kind of a thing, this kind of a recognition that we must build, and that will take a lot of time. Recently, I had been to China. I happened to understand there are a lot of brands similar to Boss, Gucci, Dior, but in a different names. But they are trying to replicate them. They don't want the international brands. They want the Chinese brands, and they're so good. And and another thing is they're not cheap. They're so expensive. And this is what we from India should start moving. We have so much of potential in our industry, the best of artisans, that we have to make use of it in the right manner.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's very deep and very relevant. I think to our industry, the R&D and the creativity is the core.
Yeah.
And because of the volume pressures and all, most of the time this business deviates towards a trading business
Correct.
than a creative business, which
Exactly.
is the core of it. We have time for just one last question. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Janvi Dadania. I'm a growth consultant. The question to you would be, you mentioned a lot of times that this is a luxury industry, right? And one question that what is the definition of luxury to you?
Okay.
What luxury means to you as an individual that created the empire that you have?
Okay. See, luxury is something, um, it has to be seen in several verticals. See, from the tip of the jewelry here to here, every part of it has to be focused in a manner. It has to have a process of manufacturing. Sorry?
No, sir.
did I
My
add
question was
Okay.
to you as an individual, what you
Okay.
believe in that made the empire as an
Okay.
individual.
Fine, fine. So you're talking
Not
about
related to
you're
jewelry.
talking about AVR Swarna Mahal and as an individual
Yes,
on the whole.
what
and
your vision was that made the empire.
Okay, and what made us to bring here, and
Yes,
what
yes,
luxury
yes.
to me is.
Yes.
Okay, got it, got it. See, what we believe in craftsmanship. The workmanship is something which cannot be really seen in your naked eye. Jewelry is like that. See, in terms of manufacturing or polishing and things like that, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of manufacturers and in this fraternity who are sitting here, you will definitely agree to me. There are a lot of things, unseen things in naked eyes. Only as a matter of, as you keep wearing the jewelry, the customer will know what is the difference from buying from this jeweler, from that jeweler. Because that is the kind of parameters that we hold. Especially artisans who are working for us, they literally tell us, sir, it's very difficult to work with you. Your parameters, we are not able to meet out. Why you need to go into so much of parameters into something which cannot be seen? No. This is how, as a culture, all our forefathers, everyone used to do this. Even, of course, industry, retail friends also are there. They also say, see, for example, chain for that matter, if you happen to do something which, really, if you focus on something on longevity, a customer will come to you after 8-9 years, because it gets worn out and then they'll come. But if you don't focus so much, the customer will come back to you in 1 year. So, which is more profitable? Do business with the same customer 9 times in 9 years or 1 time in a year? I would say that I would like to do 1 time in a year. This is how our forefathers have taught us. This is how we want to do.
So
It's
it's
what we want to
culture,
follow.
rooted
Yeah, correct.
culture that has brought.
See, we feel that, maybe this will not pay out immediately, but in the long run, it will pay out. People will realize. People will know the difference.
Thank you. sir.
Right. So thank you very much for this interesting session. I call on Mr. Vikram and his team.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And I think luxury is priority, again, what you prioritize. And thank you so much for also highlighting that rates of gold are like the heartbeat. So we are also considering that if the rate of gold is going high or coming low, as long as the heart is working. So all the best to all of you in the team, and thank you for bringing such a wonderful brand to us and sharing so much of information. Thank you so much, Mr. Vadera. We have something to felicitate you guys, and I think no one better than Chetan Bhai could do the honors. We have the president of JAB here, so he's going to do the honors of sharing this little token of appreciation coming from GJEPC. Thank you, Mr. Mehta. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of this session, but we're looking forward to seeing you all for our next session. And our next session starts just immediately after this, so we're going to request you to stay in your seats.